wise man never ready to walk down dark alleyway at night. Kupchak grinned like the portly Chinese detective. "Fuck you, Charlie," said Stefanovich. 2. John and Anna Stefanovich, Brooklyn Heights. Hours before, Stefanovich and his wife Anna had gone out to dinner. He had taken her to the glittery River Cafe, tucked like an expensive tiara beneath the Brooklyn Bridge. After dinner, they had gone back to their apartment in Brooklyn and snuck up to the indoor pool on the roof. It was closed after 9, but Stefanovich had a key. He brought a tape deck, and they danced on the rooftop, first to Robert Cray and his blues, then to the romantic Brazilian Lorindo Almeida. "We're breaking the law that you're sworn to uphold," Anna whispered against his cheek. She was so soft and fine to hold, a great slow dancer, too, elegant and totally desirable. "Bad law, unenforceable," Stefanovich whispered back. "Some policeman you are. No respect for authority." "You bet. I know too many authority figures." He started to unbutton Anna's dress, which picked up the green of her eyes, the gold of her hair, and which felt like the smoothest silk under his fingers. "You going to try for indecent exposure now?" Anna smiled softly. "For starters, maybe. I have some other felonies in mind, too." After they slipped out of their dinner clothes, they did a few slow laps. Then they floated languorously in the moonlit pool, under the glass rooftop, the twinkling stars. With Anna, Stefanovich had a way of doing wonderfully romantic things. He'd become a master of the unexpected. A dozen American roses arriving at the grade school where Anna taught 4th grade. A weekend ski trip to Stowe in Vermont. Gold shell earrings he spent an hour at Saks picking out himself. He reached out and pulled her body closer in the deep end of the pool. Her green eyes were warm and wise, spectacular eyes. Her body seemed glazed in the moonlight. She was a fantasy he'd had since he'd been a kid in school. The two of them fit together perfectly. "Sometimes I can't believe how much I love you," he whispered, his breath catching slightly on the words. "Anna, I love you more than all the rest of my life put together. I'd be lost without you. Sad but true." "Not so sad, Steph." They made tender, then passionate love in the still blue-green water of the swimming pool, in the middle of the coldest March in years. At the moment, John Stefanovich was sure he had everything he had ever wanted out of life. Getting Saint-Germain would be the icing on his cake. 3. The Grave Dancer, Long Beach. Until past midnight, Alexander Saint-Germain had been at a black tie affair at a Fifth Avenue penthouse in Manhattan. The partygoers were mostly investment bankers and other Wall Street power brokers, their wives, assorted young playthings. A very good black combo played and seemed particularly out of place in the setting. Saint-Germain himself fit in splendidly. He was sophisticated, wittier than any of the bankers, a wealthy and respected European investor with seemingly unlimited capital. Now the grave dancer was approaching Long Beach Island, cruising along in a dark sports car. He was feeling particularly sanguine about the past few weeks. He had been mapping out a strategy that would ultimately change the face of organized crime. He had financial backing, both in New York and abroad. He simply had to make certain nothing went wrong during the next few critical months. "One man has been interfering lately," Saint-Germain was thinking as he crossed the bridge onto Long Beach. A detective named Stefanovich had taken it upon himself to make Saint-Germain's life in America difficult, if not impossible. He was a master at harassment. He was persistent and cleverer than most policemen. He had already caused more trouble and embarrassment than Saint-Germain could allow. Twice he had trailed Saint-Germain to Europe. He had conducted surveillance watches outside his apartment on Central Park West. One evening, he had followed Saint-Germain into Le Cirque, practically interviewing the restaurant's owner, Sirio Macchioni. This desire to prevail against the odds, to tilt against windmills, seemed to